What didn't quite go right for you?
Well, obvious answer is probably that first inning. Took that inning for Pedro to get settled in. I thought after that first inning, though, he kind of fell into his groove that we've seen all season, and he started kind of seeing what he had to do to get these guys out. They were having trouble with the breaking ball and the off-speed pitches, and good for him to recognize that and go after them the right way and give us 6 innings.
You had a number of opportunities. You had to feel like you had the chance to come back and get back right at even with them a couple different occasions.
Sure, yeah, and they put themselves in good spots, bases loaded, and couldn't get something to fall there, but it happens. Obviously, you're playing in the championship. You're playing against a really good team that got there as well, and you have to be able to come up with the big hits when those times come. And for the first championship game for a lot of these players, you can tell it was their first game. The playoffs, we got through it, but you get here and it's kind of for them the big show. It's you can see they were kind of maybe pressing a little bit, trying too hard to get the big hit, but they just have to keep moving the line, get up for the next guy, and let it play out like we've been doing early year.
Has the approach at the plate changed when you fall behind into an early hole like that?
No, I don't want it to change. You got to still get quality ABs. You still got to get up there and get your pitch to hit. If you start swinging out of the zone, you play into their hand. And I think we did that a few times tonight. And these guys just have to kind of regroup tomorrow and get back to where we were.
Yes, Nate. Obviously, you guys fell behind 1-0 against Dayton and had to go and win 2 games at their place to advance to this point. I guess how much confidence do you think that can bring in a situation like this, having been through it already?
Yeah, obviously we did it against Dayton. They've come back many times this year with their backs against the wall, and that's what the season's for, is to give you experience in these situations. And I think once we get this first one out of the way like we did, these guys should settle in tomorrow and get back to where they were.
Were you surprised that it was a little bit more impactful for them, that it was the championship series? You mentioned that maybe that felt a little different to them. Were you surprised by that reaction?
No, I didn't really see a reaction. I can just, the stage is set for them, and it's a lot bigger. So you don't know how the individual is going to take it, right? They're a young group of guys that have gone through a lot this year, and they're experiencing something for the first time that most of them haven't experienced. And you just have to get it out of the way, use it as a learning experience like they did today, and come back tomorrow ready to go.
It sounded from Nate describing it that afterwards the team was easily to put this one behind them and move ahead, which clearly you've done throughout the year. So did you see that as well?
Yeah,
put it behind them real quick.
Yeah, obviously, nobody wants to lose, but these guys are professionals, and they've had the experience all year coming back when they're behind, and they're going about their business the same way right now. They're just going to get their rest tonight and come back ready to go tomorrow.
What were Pedro's issues early in the game? Were they command-related, or maybe life on the fastball, break on the breaking ball, not as good as usual?
They're a good fastball hitting team, and both those shots that those guys hit in that first inning were fastballs right over the heart of the plate. And we knew going into it that you couldn't do that with these guys. They're a fastball-oriented team, which most people are, but you could tell they had trouble with the off-speed because they're searching for that fastball, waiting for you to make a mistake. And we made one too many mistakes in that first inning. And like I said, for him to regroup and come back and give us 6 and strike out 12 like that, it's a good sign.
Your hitters got 3 runs off Javier, and then their bullpen came in and really shut it down from there. What did you see from their 2 relievers that they brought in the game?
Good pitchers. Obviously, they were doing some stuff well. They were getting us to chase out of the zone, and you got to stay with your approach. You're down 3 like that, and you feel that sense of urgency. You need to be able to calm that down and be able to just take your at-bats like you did in the first inning. And just stay with the process. And they know that now. They needed to get the first one out of the way, like I said, and hopefully tomorrow's a different story.
And what is the importance of tomorrow, knowing those last 3 games are at their place?
Obviously, we want to win the game to split it 1-1 going to their place. So we just got to go about our business the right way and get that win.
And who will start for you on the mound?
It'll be Lake Bacher. He'll start for us.
Has he done anything, bullpen side sessions to stay loose? Has not pitched in the playoffs yet.
Yeah, he was here yesterday throwing bullpens and keeping himself ready. Those guys are been throwing and pitching all year. So when the time comes, it's a championship series. I don't think it's going to take much to get himself into a groove and get ready to go.
How pleased are you with the job that Lake has done for you since he joined the team?
Yeah, he's been pretty consistent. You know, I think the way he pitches, he's able to throw 3 pitches for strikes and command it pretty well. Obviously, he had that game in South Bend that everybody remembers, and you know, we want him to come out here, realize what these hitters can do and can't do, and pitch to that, and pitch to his strengths, and hopefully he has a good result.